Hello, welcome to a video all about the structure void block. So I have a task that I'd like to achieve, and that is to be able to have a bamboo wall all around a village. And that way I can do testing with raids and stuff like that. So using a structure block is very useful. However, there's a couple of problems. One, if I just use a regular structure block, I won't be able to get just to the border. It will fill in the whole area. Even if I do keep or outline, those parts of the structure, when you do a fill command, get filled in anyway. Keep and outline is focused on 3D. The other problem is when I copy over the structure and try and paste it into the village, it's actually going to overwrite all the blocks. So that's where the structure void block comes in, and it'll be able to solve both those problems. So let's take a look how we're going to implement this. So we're going to place down a couple of coarse dirt here, just so I can see my exact position. And we're going to make sure we're on this one first. So we're going to start by doing the structure void block. So we're going to do a fill here. And we're going to make it, we want it to be 48. So that's the maximum you can do normally. There are mods that can extend that to up to 127. Okay, so you're going to do a fill command, and we're going to start here. And then we're going to do 46. And we're going to do as high as we can, which I believe is 14. That will give you, I think that's up to 32,768. And we're going to put in here the structure void blocks. So you can see just under the 32,768. Now we're going to move to this spot over here. So we're looking here. This is positive. This is positive. So it's easy. It's the easiest way to do it when you're using structure blocks, just to use both positive axes. So then we will need this to be a 47 with the bamboo on it, right? So it's 48, but 0 to 47. And here doesn't necessarily matter quite so much here how high it is, because it's going to grow anyway. It's bamboo. And we need to specify keep here. So that way it's not going to overwrite the structure void blocks when we actually put this down. Press enter. And you can see it's placed exactly how we want. And you can see also that there's this box here, which is showing me that there's all these structure void blocks here. So we've got our structure block, and we're just going to replace this corner bamboo here, just because it's going to be an easier one to replace. And if we look in the save mode, you can see there's this button, show invisible blocks. So this is going to be bamboo 48. Bamboo wall 48. Okay, so you can see when we do it there, you can actually see exactly where the structure blocks are. You can also tell if I bumped up the height here, you'd see there's a bunch of them up as well, as you can see. So what we're going to actually do is we do want to bump up that height to as high as we can go, right? So we've gone, that should be as high as it gets. So this way we're not going to overwrite any of those blocks. Okay. Now we need to go to this position, and let's just see. So I don't think a village should be any higher than that. Okay, unfortunately that's not really the right size, so I'm using this mod called structure expansion, and that expands the block size from 48 to 128, but it's really 127. So we're going to have to use 126 and 124. Okay, so they're the measurements you have to do. This way it will only go to up to 127. So really this is 127. Yeah, it should actually be okay. You can actually fit most villages in here. I've tried with several different villages. Load. And we're just going to load it because I think it's in the right place. So you'll see what's happened is now we have a perfect way to defend against raids. And what would be actually really interesting as well when you actually consider how this might work is if you do have a large space, depending on how the spawning mechanics work, if you had a large space, you could also put like that smaller one that I did before, the 48. You could also put that one in and try and line it up with the corners here. So it just all depends on the actual configuration of the village. But anyway, that is how to use the structure void block. Great thing is it doesn't replace any of the blocks. So you can create that wall for the village very easily, very seamlessly. You could obviously do different shapes. You could do a circle shape as well. All different shapes that may be interesting to try. And using structure void will make it a lot easier. So thanks for watching.